Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, today we will discuss about William Blake. Before William Blake, we have already discussed P.B. Shelley and John Keats in our class. From now onward, we will have a discussion about William Blake, as he is the third of the Romantics which is included in your syllabus. So, let us start. William Blake is one of the Romantics that have been given a big place in English literature. William Blake was born in London on 28th of November 1757, and he lasted in this world till 12th of August 1827 when he breathed his last. William Blake has his fame not only as a poet, but he was also a painter, an engraver, and a visionary. So, you people may have a good idea what a poet is and what a painter is and even what an engraver is, the one who engraves. What about this visionary? He was having a vision not only in his mind to imagine and think, rather, he was considered to have visions, a miraculous and a different sort of visions as his dreams. And what was painful on his part is that he was also an unrecognized poet in his life. This is the thing that he shares with John Keats, as Keats was also not given his due respect, his due fame, his due recognition in his lifetime. And only after Keats' death, as well as on after Blake's death, the people came to know what sort of big figures, what sort of great poets they were. So, what about being a visionary? So, being a visionary, William Blake claimed that he had visions of angels, ghosts, spirits, etc. He claimed that he had seen a lot of angels in his dreams. Even he claimed that he had seen the angels and spirits with his open eyes, and his claim can be seen in his poetry as well as in his paintings. And he has expressed his visions at many times. For example, here we can see a painting that was made by Blake, and we can see a dead body, uh, and we can also see two good angels hovering over that very body, and perhaps they are going to take his soul to the paradise or whatever. Anyways, so this painting actually represents the concepts and images and visions of William Blake. So, what are the major works of Blake? Blake has got a lot of fame regarding two of his major works, the Songs of Innocence and the Songs of Experience. In the collection called Songs of Innocence, he had the introduction, the infant sorrow, nurse song, the garden of love, chimney sweeper, the coal and the pebble, the holy Thursday, and even more. And as far as his songs of experience are concerned, the introduction, the London, the sick rose, ah, sunflower, the tiger, a poison tree, and some other poems as well. So, let us have a glance at what are the major themes in William Blake. As is the name of his works are named, the songs of innocence and songs of experience. So, innocence and experience are the major themes in his poetry. For William Blake, innocence and experience are two different states, two contrary states. They are quite different to each other. He considers innocence as opposite to an experienced person. The one who is innocent is actually having no experience of this cunning world, this world full of deceptions and so on. So when somebody has got the experiences of this world, he is no more innocent, rather he becomes experienced. The next important theme in Blake's poetry is the guardians, the guardianship. As far the innocent are concerned, they need someone to look after them. They need a guardian. So the guardianship is one of the major themes in William Blake, and he he thinks that someone who pays his attention to the innocent is a guardian. The person who listens to innocents, the person who takes care of them, and not only listens but also responds to them is a guardian. Then comes the theme of social and political issues in Blake's poetry. William Blake was a sympathetic poet. He had a lot of sympathy for the people who were suffering in this life. The one who suffered pain, hunger, and other sufferings in this real life were having a lot of soft corner in the heart of William Blake. He was a fervent supporter of French Revolution. You people might have read about French Revolution. This is an important topic. You must uh, go through this French Revolution and find that what were the causes which urged the French for this revolution. Then comes the theme of conventional religion. William Blake was particularly hostile towards conventional religion. रिवायत पसंदी के खिलाफ था. जो रिवायात चली आ रही थी रिलीजन में उनके वो अगेंस्ट था और इसीलिए वो चर्च ऑफ इंग्लैंड के भी अगेंस्ट था. He was not having a soft corner for traditional things of the church. Then comes the theme of artist. Blake had a strong belief that art had a target, art had an ambition, and that ambition is towards the morality and spirituality, the intellectual revolution. ब्लेक का ख्याल ये था कि लिटरेचर जो है वो मॉरल, स्पिरिचुअल और इंटेलेक्चुअल रेवोल्यूशन में अपना रोल प्ले कर सकता है. दैट वाज हिज पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. Let us have an analysis of William Blake's works. His songs of innocence and experience are actually representative of the innocent world, the pastel world of the childhood, as compared to the adult world of corruption and repression. Blake innocent लाइफ को वो लाइफ रिप्रेजेंट करता है जिसमें हर तरफ प्योरिटी है, इनोसेंस है और वर्ल्डली वाइल्स उसमें नहीं. जबकि दूसरी तरफ वो एक्सपीरियंस लाइफ को एक ऐसी लाइफ कंसिडर करता है जिसमें इनोसेंस लॉस्ट हो चुका है और एक्सपीरियंस हासिल हो चुका है. और वो एक्सपीरियंस किस चीज़ का है? Of the vile, of the bad, of the corruption and of the repression, as well as all those bad things that can possibly take place in the life of man. तो वो सॉन्ग्स ऑफ इनोसेंस और सॉन्ग्स ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस में इन दो, प्योरिटी इन एक्सपीरियंस और इम्प्योरिटी और एक्सपीरियंस को पैरेलल लेके चलता है और इन दोनों को वो जक्सटापोज करता है. उसकी अक्सर पोएम्स जो हैं वो पेयर्स की शक्ल में हैं ताकि एक साइड पे आपको एक व्यू नज़र आए तो उसके दूसरी तरफ आपको दूसरा व्यू नज़र आए. लाइक यू कैन से कि वो इनोसेंस और एक्सपीरियंस को पैरेलल लेके चलता है along with his examples of the poetry. Blake does not identify himself wholly with either view. Most of his poems are dramatic. हमने ड्रामेटिक मोनोलॉग को शुरू में डिस्कस किया, किस तरह के ड्रामेटिक मोनोलॉग होते हैं. So most of his poem will look like a dramatic monologues in the voice of the speaker other than the poet himself. मोनोलॉग नहीं भी हैं तो ये उसमें आपको पोएट बजाते खुद नजर नहीं आएगा. Somebody else, a narrator, a speaker will be there to express his views. वो अपने किसी स्पीकर को, रीडर को अपना माउथ पीस बनाता है और वो खुद जो है वो इनोसेंस और एक्सपीरियंस से बाहर खड़ा होकर चीज़ों को देखता है, रिकग्नाइज करता है और फिर उन्हें रिप्रेजेंट कर देता है. The songs of innocence dramatize the naive hopes and fears that inform the lives of children and trace their transformation as child grows into adulthood. वो बच्चों की छोटी छोटी मासूमाना और प्योर होप्स को, उनके इमेजिनेशंस को, उनकी थॉट्स को और इवन उनके फियर्स को डिस्क्राइब करता है, जो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता अडल्टहुड की तरफ लेके जा रही हैं और आहिस्ता आहिस्ता इनोसेंस को ट्रांसफॉर्म करके एक्सपीरियंस में बदल देती हैं. Some of his poems are written from the perspective of children, while others are about children as seen from an adult perspective. वो अपनी पोएट्री में बच्चों को भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन देता है कि हाउ द चिल्ड्रन थिंक, और एट द अदर एंड वो कुछ पोएम्स एल्डर्स के पर्सपेक्टिव से भी लिखता है कि हाउ द अदर्स, हाउ द अडल्ट्स थिंक अबाउट द चिल्ड्रन लाइफ. Many of the poems draw attention to the positive aspect of natural human understanding prior to corruption and distortion of experience. उसकी poetry experience होने से पहले corruption of the world और distortion of the experience gain करने से पहले जो ideas और thoughts हैं उनकी तरफ आपकी attention को attract करती है, उनके बारे में discuss करती है. The songs of experience work via parallel and contrast to lament the ways in which the harsh experiences of adult life destroy what is good in innocence. कि जो चीज़ें innocence को snatch away करती हैं, जो चीज़ें experience लाती हैं लेकिन innocence की कुर्बानी देती हैं, उन harsh experiences को, उन तलख तजर्बात को songs of experience में poet express करता है, while also articulating the weakness of the innocent perspective. और उसके साथ साथ वो innocent perspective की weakness को भी express करता है. Some of his poems treat sexual morality in the terms of repressive effects of jealousy, shame, and secrecy, all of which corrupt the ingenuousness of innocent love. वो अपनी later poems में songs of experience में shame, secrecy, jealousy इन सब चीज़ों को रिप्रेजेंट करता है कि ये सारी की सारी चीज़ें क्या हैं, ये इनोसेंस को, प्योरिटी को, लव को करप्ट करती हैं, खराब करती हैं. With regard to religion, they are less concerned with the character of individual faith than with the institution of the church, its role in politics and effects on society and the individual mind. Experience thus adds a layer to innocence that darkens its hopeful vision while compensating for some of its blindness. So